How you doing? My name's Jonathan. I'm here with Haley Smilo. We're in Citi Field in Flushing, Queens. Haley Smilo, you're a professional published writer. You've had your pieces published in SportsIllustrated.com, MLB Youth, New York Times, and you're only 13 years old. Can you explain just a little bit about, what kind of pieces you write?
I write pieces about players I interview, and then we transfer them into question and answer format, and then send them to the publisher, and the publisher does what he wants with them, and then publishes them in a magazine.
At any point, have you ever sent something out that they didn't publish? Does that happen a lot? Like, what's your ratio?
I would say majority of the time they do publish it,
Of course.
but not all the time, and sometimes we have more interviews than they had ready to publish, so that's when that happens a lot.
So when you come up to these baseball players and they see you, 13-year-old girl, and you tell them, I'm a journalist. What is their initial reaction, or the most common reaction you get?
Their reaction is surprise at first, or why is this kid gonna ask me silly questions? And then as we go through, they're like, oh, okay, these are not, questions about statistics and things, and they're happy and such.
That's good. And when you go on a job, do you get a press badge or something like that?
I get a press pass.
And how'd you manage to get one of those? Because I thought you had to kind of be working under contract with some type of, news medium in order to get a pass like that.
So my dad mostly contacts the different teams, and he tells them that we work for Baseball Youth, which is one of a few baseball magazines. So they look it up and make sure that it's an authentic, real magazine. Then once they see that, within 3 days, once they see the email, they send it back to us that we either can be credentialed or not, and dates and who we're interviewing and all that.
Oh, that's cool. And do you prefer baseball? Because I understand you don't do other sports. Is it you just don't like other sports, or what's the case?
I prefer watching baseball, and it's the sport I know the most about.
Yeah.
I like playing soccer though.
Yeah.
So if soccer would be fine with me too. Then the other sports I just don't know about, and I don't care about them so much, but if it was, that'd be fine.
How about we go watch the game, right?
All
All right, let's go check it out. So I understand you've been to 26 out of the 30 stadiums. How does Citi Field compare? Have you been to Shea Stadium?
No, I had not.
Oh, you didn't even get a chance. Well, how does Citi Field compare to the other ones?
Citi Field is pretty cool. The food here is pretty good, I would say. I love the stadium. But I have other stadiums I like better.
Yeah. Well, before we go into ones you like, Yankee Stadium and Citi Field. I know you've been to Yankee Stadium. How do you differentiate those two? I heard Yankee Stadium has a lot more attitude compared to the Flushing residents,
Well, the Yankees fans, I would say, are a bit more intense than the Mets fans.
Yeah. You got the bleacher creatures.
He threw a ball into the seats and right, and now they just threw the ball back at him. Only in New York.
Mainly Yankees.
Yeah.
But there's definitely crazy fans in the
Yeah.
bleachers. That's where they are crazier.
So you've interviewed some famous baseball players. Can you name a few, or do you want to drop names? Do you do that? Okay, yeah.
I did Andrew McCutcheon, Jake Carlos, and on the Marlins, Chris Medlin on the Braves. I got to come to the All-Star game here in Citi Field one year, last year.
Very cool.
Lots of different players all around.
Another thing I wanted to talk to you about was the fact that you have dyslexia. Can you kind of explain a little bit what dyslexia is?
So dyslexia is a learning difference that gives you issues with reading and writing, and it's processing issues, and it basically makes it harder for me to read.
And does it affect your writing at all?
It affects my writing a little bit because being expanded sentences and details are harder for me to do. But my dad helps me with that. And editing and revising is kind of hard.
So I understand you go to a special school? So do you think they take their time more, or what do you think is like the main thing that they do different?
Well, first off, there's only like 10 to 11 kids in a class.
Oh, that's good.
So
Yeah.
that with 2 teachers, so they can pay like more attention to us. But the lessons are planned out to like each and every student as well as the whole class. But we all learn similar in that certain class. So they kind of teach us specifically what we need to learn and then bounce around. And I'm like, so it's not really structured as much as they do at other schools.
That's very interesting. So now that baseball season's kind of ending, you know, we're reaching October now. Do you have like special pieces that you do for the postseason?
I do get some postseason pieces, but traditionally in the off season I don't do much, and also it's the school year, so I have to pay attention to school,
course.
kind of a lot, and help with the writing and all the other stuff. But when I work for SI Kids, I work on the pieces, but I don't do that or one year.
And so now that you're not gonna be writing any sports pieces for the off season, is there any, you know, personal passions that you follow, like story writing or short stories or things like that?
I don't write a lot of stories and stuff like that, but I do a lot of other activities, and we do a lot of writing in school, obviously, so I still kind of am used to, you know, the writing, but I don't write stories that have to on me.
So what are your plans for the future? Future Haley, what does she want to do?
The future, I'm not sure what I want to do, but I think reporting might stay. But I don't have any big ideas yet. But what I know is that like right now the writing side is like not super fun because that might just because I'm a kid and because I don't like writing. It's kind of normal.
Yeah. I think reading, the more you read, the more you get inspired to maybe, you know, jot down your own ideas, you know what I mean? But that's awesome. You know, I wish you all the best. I think I have no doubt that you're going to do some great work. And, you know, stay in there. You know what you're doing. All right, so it's Haley Smilo. Thanks for being here. I'm going to enjoy watching the rest of this game. Thanks for watching. My name is Jonathan Duran. Hope to see you next time.